There are moments in life when everything seems to collapse at once. The plans you carefully built fall apart. The people you trusted disappear. The future you imagined suddenly feels uncertain and distant. What once felt stable begins to crumble, leaving you standing in the middle of confusion, disappointment, and pain. Many people experience a season like this, a moment when life changes so drastically that it feels impossible to return to who you once were. You may lose a job you depended on. A relationship you believed in may end. A dream you worked toward for years may slip through your hands. And in that moment, a question rises in your mind. How do you rebuild your life when everything has fallen apart? The truth is that rebuilding is never easy. It requires courage, patience, and a strength you may not even realize you possess. But history is filled with people who stood exactly where you stand today, surrounded by broken pieces of what used to be their life, and somehow managed to build something stronger. This message is for anyone who feels like life has knocked them down, for anyone who feels lost, uncertain, or exhausted from trying to hold everything together. Because even when everything seems to be falling apart, your story is not over. Sometimes the collapse is the beginning of a transformation. Accepting the reality of the moment. The first step toward rebuilding your life is accepting where you are. This can be one of the most difficult steps. When everything falls apart, the natural reaction is resistance. Many people spend weeks, months, or even years wishing things had turned out differently. They replay the past again and again, wondering what they could have done differently. They search for explanations, blame themselves, or blame others. But rebuilding cannot begin while you are still fighting yesterday. Acceptance does not mean approving of what happened. It does not mean pretending the pain is not real. Acceptance simply means recognizing the truth of your current situation so you can begin moving forward. You cannot rebuild your life if you remain trapped in the ruins of what once was. Every rebuilding process begins with acknowledging the damage. And once you acknowledge it, you gain the power to start creating something new. Understanding that collapse is not the end. When life falls apart, it can feel like failure. It may seem like everything you worked for has been wasted. It may seem like all the effort, hope, and energy you invested led nowhere. But collapse is not always the end of something meaningful. Often, collapse clears space for growth. Many of the strongest people you admire experienced moments when everything in their life seemed to break apart. Their plans failed. Their expectations were shattered. Their path forward disappeared. Yet those moments became turning points. Sometimes life removes what is no longer meant to remain. Sometimes what feels like destruction is actually preparation. Preparation for a stronger version of yourself. Preparation for a path that aligns more closely with your purpose. Rebuilding your life does not mean recreating the past exactly as it was. It means building something wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Taking responsibility for your future. When everything falls apart, it is easy to focus on what went wrong. You may think about the people who hurt you, the circumstances that seemed unfair, the opportunities that slipped away. While those feelings are understandable, staying in that mindset can prevent progress. Rebuilding begins when you take responsibility for your future. This does not mean you caused everything that happened. Many situations are beyond our control. But your response to what happened is always within your control. Responsibility gives you power. Instead of asking why life has been difficult, you begin asking what you can do next. Instead of focusing on what cannot be changed, you begin focusing on what can be built. The moment you take ownership of your future is the moment rebuilding truly begins. Starting with small steps. One of the biggest mistakes people make when rebuilding their life is believing they must fix everything immediately. When life falls apart, the problems often feel overwhelming. Financial struggles, emotional pain, uncertainty about the future. Everything can feel too large to handle. But rebuilding rarely happens through massive leaps. It happens through small steps, small decisions, small improvements made consistently over time. Perhaps the first step is simply getting out of bed and deciding that today will not be wasted. Perhaps the next step is learning something new, reconnecting with supportive people, or setting a simple goal for the day. These small steps may seem insignificant at first, but progress is built through consistency. A house is not rebuilt in a single day. It is rebuilt brick by brick. Your life works the same way. Each positive action adds another brick to the new foundation you are creating. Rebuilding your mindset. Your mindset plays a powerful role in the rebuilding process. When everything falls apart, negative thoughts often become louder. Thoughts like, "I will never recover from this. My life will never be the same. I am too far behind." These thoughts can become barriers that prevent growth. But your mind can be trained to think differently. Instead of focusing on loss, begin focusing on possibility. Instead of seeing the end of something, start looking for the beginning of something new. The most resilient individuals in the world are not those who avoid hardship. They are those who learn how to rise again after hardship. Resilience grows through experience. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your confidence and teaches you that you are capable of rebuilding. Surrounding yourself with support. Rebuilding your life does not have to be a journey you face alone. During difficult seasons, the people around you can make a significant difference. Supportive friends, family members, mentors, or community members can offer encouragement when your energy feels low. They can remind you of your strengths when you begin to forget them. They can help you see possibilities that you may not yet recognize. At the same time, rebuilding your life may require creating distance from negativity. Some people discourage growth. Some people constantly focus on problems instead of solutions. Protecting your mindset means choosing carefully who influences your thinking. Your environment shapes your perspective, and the right environment can accelerate your rebuilding process. Learning from the experience. Even the most painful experiences carry lessons. When everything falls apart, there is often an opportunity to learn something valuable about yourself, your choices, and your direction. Perhaps the experience reveals areas where you can grow. Perhaps it teaches you about boundaries, priorities, or resilience. Learning from the experience transforms pain into wisdom. Wisdom then becomes a powerful tool for building a stronger future. The goal is not to pretend the past did not happen. The goal is to allow the past to shape you in a way that makes you wiser and more prepared for the future. Developing discipline and consistency. Rebuilding requires discipline. There will be days when motivation feels strong, but there will also be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or uncertain. Those are the days when discipline matters most. Discipline keeps you moving forward even when emotions fluctuate. It encourages you to stay committed to your goals even when progress feels slow. Consistency creates momentum. Every day you continue taking positive steps, no matter how small, strengthens your progress. Over time, those consistent efforts produce visible change. And one day you will realize that the life you thought was broken has slowly been rebuilt into something meaningful again. Believing that a new future is possible. One of the most important parts of rebuilding your life is believing that a new future is possible. When everything falls apart, hope can feel distant. But hope is the fuel that drives rebuilding. Your past does not determine your entire future. Your setbacks do not define your potential. Your current circumstances do not limit what you can become. Many people who eventually achieve remarkable success once stood in moments of uncertainty, wondering how they would move forward. Yet they continued taking steps. They continued believing that change was possible, and over time their persistence created a new chapter in their life. You have the same opportunity. Finding purpose in the process. Rebuilding your life can also lead to discovering new purpose. Sometimes the path we originally planned is not the path that ultimately fulfills us. When everything falls apart, it forces us to reconsider what truly matters. You may discover passions that were previously overlooked. You may discover strengths that only appeared during difficult moments. You may discover a deeper understanding of yourself and your direction. Purpose often emerges during seasons of rebuilding, and that purpose can guide you toward a future that is more meaningful than the past you lost. Life can change in unexpected ways. There are moments when everything you believed was stable suddenly collapses, leaving you standing among the broken pieces of what once felt certain. But the end of one chapter does not mean the end of your story. Rebuilding your life is possible. It begins with accepting where you are. It continues with taking responsibility for your future. It grows through small steps, disciplined effort, and the belief that a new path can be created. The journey may take time. There may be challenges along the way. But every step forward is proof that you are stronger than the circumstances that tried to stop you. And one day, you will look back at the moment when everything fell apart and realize something powerful. That moment was not the end. It was the beginning of rebuilding a life that is stronger, wiser, and more purposeful than before. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter is waiting for you to begin.